The Intelli-OX cylinder uses new technology that displays the flow time remaining in hours and minutes based on current flow rate. Audible and visual low content alerts are also displayed on the digital gauge. The Intelli-OX cylinder contains high pressure medical oxygen. Please read the material safety data sheet and the user manual carefully before handling. Setting up the cylinder. Please note the cylinder arrives with the regulator attached. Use the cylinder in accordance with your institution's policies for using portable oxygen cylinders. Keep cylinder, regulator, all equipments and connection free of oil, grease, or any other combustible materials. Cylinder should always be secured. Do not attempt to service or remove the regulator from the cylinder. The Intelli-OX cylinder is MRI conditional. If you have any questions on the safe operation of medical oxygen cylinders, please contact your VitalAire representative. Intelli-OX parts and connections. Before we start with the training, I would like to review the parts of the regulator. There really is 5 parts to this regulator. Number 1 is the dial, which controls the flow on top of the cylinder. Number 2 is the nipple outlet, which is in the front of the cylinder. Number 3 is the digital gauge. There is a bar graph on top of the digital gauge, and keep in mind, when the cylinder contents are full, you'll see the word FULL, full, indicating the contents. Number 4 is the 50 psi DISS connection, which is on this side of the cylinder. And on the opposite side of the cylinder is the filling port, which is used by VitalAire employees. Reading the digital gauge. When the cylinder is not in use, the pressure is displayed on the bar graph and the contents are displayed in liters. When the dial is used to adjust the flow rate, the gauge enters calculation mode and the word calc is displayed. Once the calculation is done and the cylinder is still in use, the gauge will display the remaining time in hours and minutes at the set flow rate. Please note the pressure remaining will always be displayed on the bar graph. While the cylinder is in use, the time remaining will be updated periodically. Anytime you would like to see an update on the calculation, adjust the flow rate and the time will be displayed. When the dial is set back to 0 and the cylinder is not in use, the gauge will revert back to displaying the contents in liters. Please note when the flow rate is either very high or very low. For example, when using the high pressure 50 psi port, the display may not be calculated accurately. It is advised that in these conditions to only use the bar graph to determine contents remaining. Intelli-OX warnings. As the Intelli-OX cylinder begins to empty, there are 2 sets of warnings. Number 1, when the pressure drops to 1/4 of the full cylinder, you'll be notified by an audible alert sound and a visual flash on the display. This is a reserve mode, and at this point, it's strongly recommended that you have a replacement oxygen cylinder handy. The second warning comes when the time remaining decreases to less than 15 minutes on the current flow rate. There will be an audible alert sound, a blank screen displayed on the gauge, and a flashing hourglass will show.
Review and hands-on adjustment.
Let's go through the instruction from the beginning. Before using the cylinder, check the pressure bar graph and contents displayed. Connect your device to either the nipple connector or the 50 psi DISS connection. When using the nipple outlet, turn the flow on by adjusting the dial to the desired flow rate. Check the time remaining to ensure you have adequate supply. If the warning sign comes on, keep a second cylinder handy. After each use, turn the flow off by setting the dial to 0. The gauge will show the liters left. Remove the tubing of the attached device and ensure safe storage.